Welcome to another video in the series Learnings from the Newspaper. In this video, we will see how organizations keep pace with the competition. So if one of the competitor comes up with some new products, how the other companies within that industry also catch up with the competitor so that they don't perish. So the article which I have considered for this video is from Business Standard dated 12th February 2018. The title reads Firms Take Steps to Counter Patanjali. So Patanjali is an organization mostly dealing with consumer goods in the Ayurvedic space. Further, the topic reads Ramdev's company. So Ramdev is one of the founders of this organization. So Ramdev's company remains a dominant player in the naturals space. Naturals are the goods which are made up of natural ingredients. But products of rivals also gain popularity. So let us go through the article. It is a very interesting article. A biopic series on the life of yoga guru turned entrepreneur Ramdev will be premiered on the new general entertainment channel Discovery Jeet on Monday. While the series will highlight many unknown facets of Ramdev, a key part will be his journey of taking Patanjali, an Ayurveda consumer goods company, co-founded by him and close aide Balakrishna, to the top. So this organization has now become one of the major players in the consumer goods industry. So at rupees 105.61 billion, which is its top line means the revenue. For the financial year 2016-17, Patanjali is easily among the leading consumer goods players in the country, having multiplied revenue over 20 times in the last 5 years. So look at the rapid growth. The revenue has multiplied over 20 times in the last 5 years. The period also saw the firm take its brand from relative obscurity to the forefront of the Ayurveda consumer goods landscape on the back of its belief in India's age-old medicinal system. Now, numbers for the financial year 2017-18 are yet to be announced by Patanjali. Now, most other consumer good firms, meanwhile, grew only between 8 and 12% in terms of top line in the last 5 years. So where Patanjali has grown over 20 times in the last 5 years, other companies in the same space have grown between 8 to 12% in the last 5 years. Many players have been struggling to comprehend the Patanjali phenomenon and how to combat it. So basically what this is saying is that there were a lot of companies in the consumer goods space. To name a few, I would say Colgate, Hindustan Unilever Limited, that is HUL, Imami, etc. Now, Patanjali was a small player in this space, but mostly focusing on the Ayurveda consumer goods space. And it has rapidly grown in the last 5 years. So the other companies which were already complacent that they are doing very well and they are the leaders, now are trying to understand what is the Patanjali phenomena, how is it growing so fast, so rapidly, and how to overcome it. So with the initial storm having quelled now, the question is how Patanjali is currently performing. So these numbers are till 2016-17 fiscal year. Now we further move on to analyze how the company Patanjali and its rivals are performing in the last few quarters. So at this point here, I want to cover what is consumer goods. So in simple language, consumer goods are the goods bought and used by consumers rather than by manufacturer for producing their own goods. So it is bought and used by consumers. Those are consumer goods. Now consumer goods are divided into three categories. So the first one is consumer durable goods. So these goods have a significant lifespan. For example, automobiles, furniture, household appliances, etc. Now the second category is consumer non-durable goods. So consumer non-durable goods are purchased for immediate consumption. For example, food, beverages, personal care, clothing, shoes, etc. And the third category is consumer services. So these are intangible products such as haircuts, auto repair, landscaping, etc. So in the context of Patanjali, we are mostly referring to the consumer non-durable goods, which include food, beverages, personal care, etc. Now going back to the article, so the December quarter numbers of the firms directly competing with Patanjali provide an answer to this question. Hindustan Unilever, which is one of the competitors and which is the country's largest consumer goods company, saw an 11% underlying volume growth in the third quarter. Now, how did this happen? So this was led by growth across categories from home to personal care, food and refreshments, though the company had benefited from a lower base in the corresponding period a year ago. So basically what this is saying is that it had a less numbers in the same period last year. So it is showing a good growth this quarter by showing a 11% growth. Now, personal care, a category in which Hindustan Unilever competes head-on with Patanjali, witnessed a broad-based growth across soaps, skin care, hair care, and oral care, said company MD and Chief Executive Officer Sanjeev Mehta. This was led not only by price cuts due to lower goods and services tax rates. So one thing is that the growth was because of price cuts, which was due to the lower new tax rates which were launched recently, but also aggressive launches in the natural space. So till now, the consumer good companies were focusing on non-natural products and they were the leaders in the industry. But Patanjali came and launched their Ayurveda products in the natural space and started eating up the market share. And now, as this article says, Hindustan Unilever has also launched a lot of products in the natural space, and that too very aggressively. Especially Liver Ayush. So they came up with an Ayurvedic brand called Liver Ayush. Mehta said, did well in most geographies. HUL has taken the brand nationally from the south, and that its month-on-month growth rates improved steadily. Abnish Roy, Senior Vice President Research, Institutional Equities, Edelweiss, said that Hindustan Unilever had taken cognizance of the rising potential within naturals and that brands such as Ayush will propel growth for the company. For Hindustan Unilever, naturals is a mega trend, and with Indulekhas, that is another product category, clinical validation and efficacy in the hair care space, besides Ayush's growth prospects, the naturals proposition for the company will get a boost. We expect volume growth to improve, though Patanjali's aggression in soaps and detergents will have to be monitored closely. Now, other two companies, that is Colgate and Dabur. So, Colgate and Dabur. Two saw a volume growth of 12 to 13% in the December quarter, led not only by a lower base but also improved aggression in the natural space. So, they have also launched products in the natural space to beat the competition. Sunil Duggal, the Chief Executive Officer of Dabur India, last month during the company's third quarter analysts call had said, I think the Patanjali effect, which was perhaps at its peak around a year ago, is now waning a bit. It is still doing well in toothpaste, I am not denying that, but we are now getting share back rapidly. So Dabur CEO is saying that we have also now caught up with the product line that Patanjali has launched. Ian Cook, Colgate's global chairman and chief executive officer, about the company's performance in the December quarter said, in India, we have seen our naturals offering approaching 1 share point and in modern trade approaching 2 share points. So these businesses are off to a good start, supported by compelling advertising. So they are also increasing their advertising spend while they are launching these new products in the natural space. Cook added that brands such as Sibaka Ved Shakti. So this is the naturals brand Sibaka Ved Shakti. So earlier the brand was Sibaka and now they launched Sibaka Ved Shakti to give it a naturals flavor. And Colgate Swarna Ved Shakti were driving incremental sales for the company. So the underlying fact is that the organizations realized after they saw Patanjali doing very well in the natural space that the inclination of the consumers has also moved towards the natural space in the Ayurveda space. So they have launched or changed the names of their products and added Ayurveda or naturals flavor to the brands. Emami, while reporting a 6% volume growth in the December quarter, said skincare brands such as BoroPlus, so BoroPlus is a very high selling brand, and hair oils such as Navratna were key growth drivers for it. Though acquired brand Kesh King posed a challenge for Emami, declining 19% year on year in terms of sales during the third quarter, the company said it was revamping distribution of the brand to improve its growth prospects.